I told everybody during the week that I really thought that Furman was a good football team. They lost 3 games, but they played tough against Michigan State, ranked 12th in the country at the time. They played tough against Citadel, ranked 15th, and I think looking good this year. And they played tough against Chattanooga, ranked 4th in the country. We have always played them very tight. We played them very, very close. They knew what our quarterback situation was, and I have no doubt that they were coming down here with the objective that they were going to be able to get this one for them. But that's not what happened. And I think from our end, it was a matter of like Tyler being able to step up, the offense supporting him and stepping up, the defense across the board stepping up. We got a lot of guys kind of banged up over the span of the game. The guys behind them, I thought, did a good job stepping up, and I thought special teams were outstanding. Before the game, I said that one of the things that we got to do better on is our kickoff return. I think we did that today. So for me, across the entire board, when you look at the special team effort, you look at the defensive effort, you look at the offensive effort, I think that was a great team victory for us. Certainly, if not the best, certainly one of the best, at least since I've been here. Now, give me some tough questions.
Well, I'll try. Coach, have you ever been a part of a game where your team scores on offense, defense, and special teams?
Yeah, I have. First time around, I have. My special team scored, our defense scored. But I'll take this. This one feels pretty good.
What are your thoughts on Tyler, his overall performance?
I thought again, he's doing a good job. I think that he's still inexperienced at the spot. He's still learning. I think Dave Patnord and our offensive staff doesn't ask him to do stuff that he's not able to do. So therefore, he's able to execute. And I think while scheme is important, execution over scheme, execution should trump schemes all the time. So we try to get the schemes in that we think make the most sense, but we got to be able to execute. I think Tyler certainly did a good job of that.
Coach, they averaged roughly about 3 yards per game on the ground, or 3 yards per carry on the ground. How much of the narrative from tonight's ballgame do you believe was in your defense being able to turn them sort of one-dimensional?
Well, I think our defense had an awful lot to do with that. Now remember, when we got ahead of them, our offense scored, but then they held us. We got a couple of field goals. We had the block kick. We had the interception. I mean, we had a lot of great plays. We had pretty good. We didn't always have good field position, but I mean, I think last week I gave those guys some credit for shutting down our running game. I would certainly give our defense some credit for shutting down their running game.
These games between Furman get pretty close the last few years. How are you able to pretty much make this one kind of a full game?
Well, if I could have made the other ones not so close, I would have done that too. You don't always have that control. I think what happened today that didn't happen in the past, our defense in the past hasn't been consistent. Our defense did a really good job tonight. Our special teams in the past have always been pretty consistent. I think they were outstanding tonight. And our offense has normally been outstanding, certainly was consistent and held their own. And you already pointed out, that kind of made them offensively a little bit more one-dimensional. I think whenever you block the kick and you score off of that, you have turnovers, that makes a real difference. So psychologically, I feel good about what we did, and I feel good, again, across the board with regards to the effort we had.
Alex with 2 big interceptions, what did he do for that defense tonight?
Well, I think anytime, again, you get a turnover is a big deal, right? So a turnover, anytime you get a turnover, and especially if you can convert the turnover into a score, or take the turnover and score with it, that's great. That's a great job. The one that he had in the end zone prevented them from getting a score. So, they were 2 great plays. They were genuinely 2 great plays. And the clutch.
When you how excited are you guys about next week, the opportunity to play Charleston Southern again, especially a couple of seasons they've had here recently?
Right, you see me sweating here, you see me exhausted, you see me tired. The last thing I have in my mind tonight is next week. Okay, tomorrow, we'll put this game to bed, and by tomorrow night, we'll start to get ready for Charleston Southern. But right now, I think our guys deserve to enjoy this game. I'm going to enjoy it.
Coach,
I might even have a cocktail. Maybe.
You kind of talked on this, but getting out to a big lead early, how nice was that to get Tyler kind of comfortable, kind of poised with that
I
lead?
think that's a big deal. I think that's a big deal. I think Tyler also was moving. Our offense was moving the ball early on. The defense did a good job, I think, of stepping up and stopping them early on. The special teams were making noise early on. So I think for a guy like Tyler that doesn't have that much experience, I think that gave him a little bit of breathing room. Now, he did a good job throughout the span of the game, but I think that's got to help. That's got to help.
Also, Shane coming back this week. What do you think of his performance tonight?
Well, I thought Shane played well. I got him at the film, but I thought he wound up playing very well. Shane is a good linebacker, and he's only going to become a better linebacker. So we're delighted with his play.
Tyler is a tremendous leader. He was our starting quarterback in the spring when Josh was out with an injury, chance as well. So he already had respect of the offense and the team. So we had full confidence in him coming into the game. We knew he was going to make the right reads, the right checks, the right throws. So talked to the running back before the game, was like, we just got to make plays, keep him comfortable. You know, we run the ball good. He's going to be able to throw the ball, have some open lanes, and get the ball to the receiver. So, like I said, Tyler's a tremendous leader. He's a tremendous player.
Going off that, you scored on the first drive and out of the, y'all blocked the field goal, then cut John takes the punt back. How nice was that, kind of getting out to a lead, kind of making him more comfortable there with the lead?
It was real good, man. I tell you what, Kion is one of those special guys that we knew he was going to make a play when he got his opportunity. When he came in last year as a freshman, we just knew, like, when his opportunity was called, when his number was called, he was going to make a play. So really excited to see him do that, and hopefully he can continue to build off of it.
Now, you and your teammates kind of sweated out some games against Furman in the past. How nice to kind of get out to a big lead tonight?
It was nice, man. Special team stuff was out big tonight. You know, with the block field goal, Kenny Daniels scoring, Kion scoring on the punt. So special teams played a big role. The defense played excellent as well again. So tip our hats off to them, and offense, we got to keep rolling.
You had a personal best tonight, yards in a game. You're just piling up the records left and right. How did that feel out there tonight to set a personal best?
It felt good. I mean, it's just fun, man. You know, you get out there, you draw your X's and O's, and where you're supposed to hit stuff, man. But I tell Coach, I just be out there having fun. You know, I see something, I hit it. But really, like, you got to give the credit to the line. They do all the dirty work. LaQuay Brown kind of got into it on the field a little bit. He was trying to tell him to stay inside, and I was like, let me run. So, yeah, man, kudos to those guys, man. They do all the dirty work, so I take my hats to those guys.
D'Angelo, dovetailing off that last comment you made about your offensive line, it looked early against their defensive front that it was tough for you guys to find some running lanes. What things did you do? Did you change anything offensively with your blocking schemes to maybe open up some room for you?
Man, we just ran it straight at them. We try not to get too fancy with anything, just run it straight at them, not get too cute, just play football, you know, smash mouth, downhill, make them tackle football. You know, like I said, the guys did a tremendous job. They executed well. We made our adjustments, but they played a hell of a game.
Is it fun as an offensive player to watch the special teams and defense contribute to the scoreboard?
Yes.
Last week, your performance, you had a good performance in the air, but not so good, and I reached 50 yards last week. What was your mindset going in this week against Furman, knowing that they're an in-state rival and that you could put up some numbers against them?
Well, we know as a running back group, we just know that every team's really going to try to load the box, try to stop the run. The thing is, like, we just can't pay attention to it. We still got to execute our assignments. So in regards to last week, you just got to have short-term memory. Just keep playing ball. Like, just trust it, trust the scheme, trust the blocks, and just make plays. That's what I tell the guys all the time, just make plays.
You know, you also extended the Division I record to 30 games. You know, at this point, you know, how important is that to you?
I don't even think about it. I let the guys talk about it. Keen said on the sideline, he's like, hey, the street's still going. I was like, yeah, whatever. You know, but, I mean, as I said, man, our season's not based off the street. Our season's based off how we perform and continue just to get better each week. So the streak really, I mean, is nice to have, I guess, for the university and I guess for myself as well, but it's nothing I really think about.
Nervous, you know, pregame jitters, and then first play, go out there and throw the ball around. So that first drive, Devin really kicked it off with that kickoff return, and then we were able to put it in the end zone, and it really got things going for us.
Kind of going off that, the offense, obviously y'all scored, defense scored, special teams scored. Y'all got out to a big lead. How nice was that lead to kind of help your poise and confidence going forward in the game?
Yeah, the lead just, can't speak enough about how our special teams defense played. I mean, for them to put that many points up on the board made it that much easier for us as an offense.
Alex Garris as well.
Alex, the guy right beside you, his first win here at Coastal. Can you talk about kind of his night in the offense tonight?
I think the offense played pretty well tonight. What we talked about, you know, our pregame stuff was about next man up, and you know, not everyone's gonna be healthy. You know, starting at the beginning of the season, you're not gonna have all the same stars you had at the beginning. So Tyler's definitely stepped up, a good role. He's played real good the past 2 weeks. Even had limited time last game, played real awesome. You know, player of the week, like you guys all know. I think the offense also did really well again tonight, and then special teams as well. they played really well this year, and especially tonight.
Going off that, special teams scored, you scored, defense also scored again. Talk about kind of the defense and the special teams tonight. Obviously, three phases of the game, and y'all both scored tonight.
I think defense played really well, as well as the special teams. I know this year we've had a really good amount of turnovers, which we've struggled a little bit in the past. I think we've been playing really well and get on the field when we need to. Special teams, I think they scored 14 points maybe tonight. So that was awesome. They've been playing really good, and I think they're going to keep it up the rest of the season.
Kind of in years past against Furman, y'all kind of sweated out the games. Was it nice, kind of a little breathing room in tonight's games?
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, Furman, they're a pretty decent team. I know they've played some pretty tough teams so far, so they can't let their schedule, their record fool you. But I think tonight was a good game by the whole defense, or by the whole team. So it was definitely easier for the defense as well.
Personally for you, it's a big performance. How much of an honor is it for you to have such a big game, prove so much for this team?
I think that I had a slow first half, and I was really trying to make some plays out there to keep up what I've been doing, trying to do this season. Since my senior year, I was just trying to make some plays, and I think tonight, finally, like last week, I had a missed opportunity to get an interception, and I was trying to focus real hard this week on catching the ball, and about time I brought it back to the house. So nice.